Hello, welcome, welcome to another ES Futures Trading stream. Today is December 31st. It is the last day of the year. I have people at home, so I am trading small, very small today. I still have a bias to the upside just because it's end of the year. Just because of that. I did all the trades I have did yesterday and today have been to the upside. They didn't develop. Basically, what I was trying to do today was trying to join, the short-term traders here, but they couldn't move the market, really. Yeah. Inventory is very short from previous days, and the trend is to the downside. We have this very questionable low here coming or being bought from the lower of this distribution. Also, basically from last, also is M low from yesterday, which was at the time was held back. That was technically has been corrected, just a couple ticks, but that should be okay. But also is the overnight POC. Having settled here, this inventory, most of the overnight inventory is short, and the counterreaction to overnight inventory is a rally. Could that be completed? Could the rebalance of the overnight inventory have been completed? Maybe, right? And after all, it's an inside day. We have this day range, which and take a look where this high is from yesterday. Another thing from yesterday, the market closed the gap and was sold from the overnight held back. If you can see here, it did not close this distribution. The same action that the market has here when it couldn't close this major distribution from the FOMC day. Right? But you can see how the same behavioral pattern is repeating here by it is being made by the shortest time frame traders of all. I have moved or have highlighted my support areas from the previous days. This is for Nasdaq. I would say pretty much the 21,300. The ES, I have this. I don't remember why exactly I have these ones now, but I am having this as a support. And now for Nasdaq, the really short-term trade, just take a look at what happened. We have a trend that has been for really clear, really clear. A fake out here and then advance, and then there's rally to take this high, right? I was using these trend lines as a reference to monitor the market for upside continuation here. Now the pullback, I'm also using the same trend lines as support or a place to where to locate stops if I come to trade. This one's taken. Just forget it has to be taken. You have to get out, right? And this time, this kind of markets, since are very thin, I cannot let the market move too much against my position. It's just going to be very, very risky to let it go because it can move fast. right? That's why I was using that. Now, once the market came back, I guess I took something here in Nasdaq, right? Uh, I did not take too much advantage. Just trading very, very small, very, very small. Like, you remember this market struggle here, yeah. I was being bought from the 50, 150, and it just as in a fraction of a second, just in a fraction of a second, was sold, right? Heavy selling here that took the market exactly to the center, to halfback. I was tempted to do some kind of buy-in there because those kind of movements that are against what the market is doing at that exact moment, in this case was going higher after making leaving that questionable low, usually an opportunity to to add a position or to recalibrate, to buy, or in this case to buy, right? Because the movement was to the upside. But what stopped me to do that, from doing that, is the context, right? The day, the end of the year, very thin, very thin, very thin market. It is even, I think it's even lower than Christmas Day. Oh, it's about the same. It's about the same. We have, we are, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wait what we have. If there is something here, have very questionable high here, questionable low here, buying from a POC, overnight POC, previous day, previous day late pullback low, selling from selling from POC. From this range low as well, I can consider this. I have removed this one and instead placed this M high here. So I have a range. The M low has been taken, the high has not. I'm using that too. And lots of chop here. Which kind of like is by the book. It's playing out really nicely. If I'm going to use balance and balance guidelines, right? The closest the market opens to the center, the higher the odds of chop, right? Opening inside previous range, some attachment for chop and rotation. And the market is delivering now. Yesterday, I did have a negative day, and the thing is, I traded quite a bit, and my day was actually positive, right? If I check my P&L, was positive, but what has taken me, put me in red was the commissions. I did kind of like 20 trades, something like that, 19, 20 trades, and if I check this day, as I say, all my trades were, I guess all my trades were to the upside, my longs. And, I was negative, kind of like around here when the market break here. I was doing some rebalancing here, was close to make the lows or after the lows. And the amount, dollar wise, the amount that I was negative here after my second trade, first, second, something like that, was the same amount, dollar speaking, dollar wise, that I had at the closing, right? After making 15, 19 something trades. And you can see, right, that's going to be part of, reinforce actually my statistics. When you see a day, or when I see a day, that is, at least for me, was very choppy, hard to trade, right? I was having this thought that, I think this looks like a very, very choppy market, a really hard market to trade. Even though we have an average day with some kind of downside continuation of the overnight session, followed by a counteraction, a failed counteraction that was aimed to close the gap, but it couldn't develop higher, and with extremely low tempo, really low, was painful to watch, right? And that's the reason why I didn't join the movement. I didn't join the movement, or I didn't stay longer because I thought there was something could happen there. And at the end of the day, what we have was a liquidation of all the traders that couldn't take the market higher. You can see, for 1, 2, 3 something hours here, trying to go higher, and this picture, was kind of was the market showing its hand, or seeing the opportunity very late in M period, right? Because this part did not develop until very late into the period. It was, I believe, the last 10 minutes top, and that's very deep into session, very close to the close, and higher odds, right? The risk is and higher risk there, right? The risk was just very high for me, at least, to do something here, right? I'm going to go silent here for a few more moments. I don't have plans to do more here, but I'm going to be here in front of the trading desk. If you have any questions or comments, please just let me know. And I may close the stream rather sooner, in the next 5-10 more minutes. All right. If I don't come back, I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Have a happy new year as well. Bye bye. Oh, by the way, there's something here that I am observing as well, and it is this thing. Well, we have this 6-week range in the weekly time frame. And the market actually has come back inside again. It's not having acceptance. The penetration of this range is not having acceptance. But we have an inside week here. And the resolution of this inside week is to the downside. Continuation, we see the market taking this low next. Then this one, and potentially targeting October low, which is a questionable, very questionable monthly low as well. And this breakout of balance is against, against the trend. The buying or the selling that is coming from the 50. They bought from the 50 two times and failed, so now they are selling selling from the 50. This kind of activity, as we can see here, right? This is assuming of the market. We can see here what's happening. It is characteristic of short-term trading, and just look at the volume here, right? How much volume do we have here? Really low volume here, and check this day here, about the same, right? Just about the same. This is going to be very, very low, and if this continues, we may end up here. And notice how it changes in these two periods, okay? So got to be aware of these ones as well. Once the market comes or gets low or gets to this two here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, right? I should see an increase here. Right. Just wanna see if that's something that would mean that some volume may be coming just before or kind of like around half day, right? Around this time of the year, halfway through session. My trades, all the trades I have done today did not work. As I say, I wasn't willing to give the market too much room because the areas to place my stops were kind of far, structurally far from my entry. Maybe I shouldn't have even entered, but that was, as I say, my plan was to join the movement, aiming to some kind of like a short squeeze that may happen here, and I think that because that's something that can happen. Now we may have some sort of short squeeze or long liquidation as well. All right. Got to be careful. Got to be very careful here, and that's one of the reasons, or that's the main reason why I say, if I don't have something fast here, or the trade doesn't start to develop right away, I am not going to sit here and wait, or sit and watch the market move against my position. It's just too risky. The risk today is just too high. But it is on days like this that we may have something as well. The thing is, when we have opportunities, or I said, nobody knows, right? Nobody knows when opportunities are going to come. Now, another thing that I am going to, this is for Discord here. In books, I'm going to add another book, a really nice book here. Let me, something that I am listening now. Wait a minute. This one. The book I'm reading now. The Mountain is You. The Mountain is You by Brianna. I love that name. Brianna West. Some and all these books are at least for me are a way, some kind of guidance, some kind of guide or help to get to know myself. Right? Many times I have heard this phrase that the market you trade is you, right? And the adversary you got to beat, the most formidable adversary you got to beat is yourself. In this case, myself, right? How am I going to beat this guy if I don't know how he is? By knowing him, getting to know him, it is how I'm going to get an idea, to formulate a plan, to elaborate a plan, how I'm going to improve, how I'm going to be better, how I can use my strengths, right? How I can be aware when I am being dominated by my weaknesses. And also how many times, right, how deep rooted in our brains through habits can be these acts of self-sabotage, right? And how those things can be or can come from really early, right? Or formed really early in our lives when we are children. It is a book that I am enjoying, and I would highly recommend for you to read or to listen. The Mountain is You by Brianna West. I am in the early chapters, and what else can I say here? But let me check. I am in the early chapters and listening, listening, listening. The author talk about self-sabotage and how and how it can be. You can have all right. That's it. Okay, but what do we have here? Now both markets are aiming to support here. Coming. Look at this. POC is moving lower. It's coming back to maybe check this questionable low here. And this is the major support I have here. After it's just, and take a look at this. Just after overnight low, and this is very subtle here actually. Really, you know, if the market close, this can be easy to monitor for continuation if the market takes this one and gets close to this support here, because it shouldn't take much for the market to close this distribution. You have this one here, right? This is one distribution here and one distribution here, and this is just one tick that separates this one and this one. But why I say distribution? Well, because I am disregarding A here. I'm disregarding A here. That's and why I do that? Just I guess the answer is I don't have an answer. Just I can say because I feel to or because I want to. But I guess at the end, it's because trading, as Jim says, right, is more like an art than it is a science. Trading is an art and not a science, right? If it were a science, I just can get out there and find somebody that or buy some indicator, trade using that mathematically, right? And trading is not like that. It's anything but that. That's I guess that's a better answer to that question. All right. I am checking here closely what these short-term traders are doing here. Right? It was fascinating yesterday how to see how the market was just sold from this. Once this has this label, I guess it was here. I don't remember it was here or here. It was sold violently here. No, yes, it was here. Right? The second time, there was a tremendous back and forth here. The second time was also sold, and they may have the same behavior here, right? But this time after one full session, happening from this one and from this one. Now there's a divergence here. The Russell has looked above previous range. Now it's coming back inside this range. The Dow has it is the, as Jim said, this is the divergence in the market. The Dow is having none of this, and it has a very, very questionable high here. It's very questionable high here. Potential to the upside Same goes for Nasdaq too. Right now, if the Russell takes this low out, the daily low out, that will put all the markets in sync. Let's check what's happening with the bond market. Bond market has a questionable low, but it's higher than yesterday. So that's a market to the upside. Have you heard anything? Maybe there is something in the news that I'm not aware. No, there's not much. Now, the way, now this is the thing, right? The way how this market has taken or corrected this low here is why I question here. It is just happened so fast, man, really fast, and that's a characteristic. That's a characteristic of thin markets. In the same way how the market has moved lower, it can go the other way around really fast as well. You may have a nice trade there, and maybe just before starting to take profits or trying to hedge the market, you may see the market coming back through your entry, taking away all the gains, and maybe even getting into the reds, right? Into the negatives. This low now has been corrected. This one here. So there is no reason now for this movement. Once this one has been corrected, the question below also has been checked. The overnight POC has been checked as well. So what I have here is this little one, okay? This distribution. The next thing to monitor, for me at least, would be this one. Okay? And notice, right? Notice how this distribution is just one tick below. Right? One tick below that. We're at a major support level now. Oh yeah, that's why I have this 45 area here, and that one coincides in I say coincides, but I'm talking about time with the 40 or the 21,300 in Nasdaq. Okay. All right, guys. I don't have anything else. As you can see, I didn't do much. I didn't do anything. You have seen the trades. I wasn't willing to take more than 1 micro there. It's too risky here. It is just the risk is just too high. Alright, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Have a happy new year. See you next year. Well, bye bye.